If you're new into synthesizers or are looking for an affordable addition to your current setup, you might want to ask yourself a few questions. Do I want analog? Built-in speakers? Something that can be battery powered? In this video, we're going to be looking at 3 synths that all retail for around $300, yet each one of them offers something very different. The first question I like to ask people that are on the market for a new synth is, how important is polyphony to you? Do you consider yourself mainly a keyboard player, or are you more into sound design? If this is your first synth purchase and you want to be able to make chords and melodies simultaneously, getting a monophonic synth like the MicroFreak could be something you regret. Don't get me wrong, the MicroFreak sounds great and is perfect for learning synthesis on, but only being able to play one note at a time can quickly become frustrating for someone who is trying to unleash their inner Mozart. If keys are your main thing, you might want to consider something like the Yamaha Preface DX. Yes, it lacks a sequencer and arpeggiator, and its looper isn't the most intuitive, but it has a huge sound palette capable of making beautiful bells, pads, fat bass, screaming leads, and even piano sounds using the FM engine. It's also the only synth out of the 3 on our list that has stereo effects. Each patch can have 2 effects and there's quite a few to choose from. I've mentioned before that this is my favorite of the Preface series because you get the ability to save your patches. And just like all the other Prefaces, the DX can be battery powered with 6 AA batteries and has built-in speakers. This is my go-to couch synth for all the reasons I just mentioned. One last thing I want to say is that Yamaha didn't compromise on this tiny keybed. These are the best feeling mini keys I've ever laid my hands on, and no, they're not paying me to say this. They have a great response and don't feel plasticky or cheap. It's Yamaha quality in a tiny size. After a few days of playing them, I felt just as comfortable as I did on a regular sized keyboard, so don't let that put you off. If keys aren't your main thing and you're more into twisting knobs and making sequences, then the MicroFreak might be a better choice for you. No, it's not battery powered and you can't save any presets on it, but the MicroFreak can scream analog like nothing else at this price range. It also has a nice little patch bay that allows you to experiment with other gear that has CV. Another synth that's similar to the MicroFreak that is not on this list but is worth a mention is the Korg Monologue. It's around the same price and that one is battery powered, but in my opinion the MicroFreak just tears through Earth's core with its MicroFreak factor. I've made in-depth videos about both of these synthesizers, I'll put the links above. Now, if you're looking for something new and unique that's capable of making plucky leads, in-your-face bass, pads, and crazy sound effects, then look no further than the Arturia MicroFreak. On paper, the synthesizer seems too good to be true at this price point. It's not analog, but it has an analog filter. Its digital oscillators are capable of physical modeling, wavetable synthesis, speech synthesis, and 7 additional synth modes that have been taken directly from Mutable Instruments Plats thanks to their open source. Now you guys might have heard me mention that I'm not crazy about Plats, and this is true. I often find myself clicking through presets on it, and to be honest, Plats will most likely be leaving my case soon. I will say that this hasn't been the experience I've had with the MicroFreak. The multiple engines keep things interesting, and its unique touchplate keybed is kinda like a poor man's Buchla. There's really no other synth at this price point that gives you the touchplate experience without the price tag besides the tiny Korg Volcas, which I love by the way. Another awesome thing worth mentioning is that it can be powered through USB, meaning that if you have a power bank like this one, you could easily make this your backpack synth. With this specific power bank, I was able to jam on the little freak for days and it barely consumed any power. Crazy. It's also extremely light, has 2 CV inputs, an arpeggiator, and 2 64-step sequencers. The addition of the touchplate strip for pitch bend and other features is definitely unique. I'm currently working on a new sound pack for the little freak that will include 100 custom, carefully crafted patches and sequences. This should be out in the next couple of days and will be available for purchase on my website dallasjamming.com, so definitely check that out if it's something you might be interested in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it that thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check out my Patreon for exclusive content and join the Dallas Jamming forum. It's free. I'll catch you guys on the next one.